ধর্মীয় সম্প্রীতি, জাতিগত বৈচিত্র্য ও সংসদীয় গণতন্ত্র চর্চার সূতিকাগার বলে খ্যাত ব্রিটিশ পার্লামেন্টের হাউস অব কমন্সে ব্রিটিশ বাংলা কমিউনিটির ইতিহাসে এই প্রথমবারের মতো হোলি বা দোলযাত্রা ও গৌর পূর্ণিমা উদযাপিত হল। গত 21 মার্চ লন্ডনের স্থানীয় সময় দুপুর 2টা থেকে বিকেল 5টা পর্যন্ত হাউস অব কমন্সের সবচেয়ে বড় কমিটি রুমে ইস্ট হ্যাম আসনের লেবার দলীয় এমপি স্যার স্টিফেন টিমস ও ইলিং সাউথ হল আসনের লেবার দলীয় এমপি বীরেন্দ্র শর্মার যৌথ স্পন্সরশিপ ও পৃষ্ঠপোষকতায় বাংলাদেশ হিন্দু অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ইউকে অনুষ্ঠানটির আয়োজন করে। পবিত্র গীতা পাঠের মাধ্যমে অনুষ্ঠানটির সূচনা হয়। পরে আলোচনা এবং সবশেষে সাংস্কৃতিক অনুষ্ঠান অনুষ্ঠিত হয়। এতে প্রধান অতিথি হিসেবে উপস্থিত ছিলেন যুক্তরাজ্য, আয়ারল্যান্ড ও লাইবেরিয়ায় নিযুক্ত বাংলাদেশের মান্যবর হাই কমিশনার সাইদা মুনা তাসনিম, বাংলাদেশ হিন্দু অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ইউকের প্রেসিডেন্ট প্রশান্ত দত্ত পুরকায়স্থ বিইএম এর সভাপতিত্বে সংগঠনের জেনারেল সেক্রেটারি সুজিত কুমার চৌধুরীর সঞ্চালনায় অনুষ্ঠিত আলোচনা সভায় সংগঠনের গোড়াপত্তন, ভবিষ্যৎ কর্মপন্থা, আদর্শ উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে পর্যায়ক্রমে বক্তব্য রাখেন সংগঠনের সিনিয়র লিগ্যাল কাউন্সিল রাজেন পাল।
I think BHA has a number of key objectives. I would say there's three probably key objectives of the BHA. One is to promote the identity, a very distinct identity actually, of Hindus who can trace their ancestral heritage and roots back to Bangladesh. That's number one. Number two is to enhance the well-being of others, encourage integration, but at the same time, promote understanding of one's culture and heritage. So there's two. And the third final key objective, I would say, is a very practical one, and that's to help others in the time of need, whatever the background. So three key objectives of BHA.
নতুন প্রজন্মের ব্রিটিশ বাঙালি প্রতিনিধি ইউনিভার্সিটি কলেজ লন্ডন UCL এর ছাত্রী মৌলিকা সোম।
When I was younger, growing up as a Hindu originating from Bangladesh in the UK, I often felt a sense of disconnect in school due to the lack of representation of our distinct identity. In our textbooks and classrooms, there were very few role models to look up to or feel inspired by. It was as though our heritage was invisible, relegated to the margins of the mainstream discourse. One vivid memory from my school days is religious education, RE classes, where we would occasionally touch upon Hinduism. However, the curriculum largely revolved around Holi. While this was great, it only scratched the surface of our rich and diverse traditions.
ও ক্যামব্রিজ বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের ছাত্র সুমেদ দেবারা।
This is a universal approach to religion. It's not divided by caste or creed. It's very beautiful. And in the same way that maybe some of you here are engineers, physicists and mathematicians and you think about fields, our understanding is that this body is a field of consciousness. See this microphone? If I were to drop this microphone, I won't drop it. If I were to drop this microphone, will it start crying? Will it say, oh, you dropped me on the floor? It won't say anything. Why? Because it's inert. In fact, the reason this microphone moves is because I am moving it. But as soon as I leave the microphone, it's no longer moving. So in that same way, that this body, when it's not connected to consciousness, it also stops moving. It also becomes inert.
অনুষ্ঠানের শুরুতে সনাতন ধর্মকে কেন্দ্র করে বাঙালি সনাতন ধর্মচর্চার ধারাবাহিক বিকাশে মহাপুরুষদের অবদান এবং তার সাথে অন্যান্য ধর্মের গুরুত্বপূর্ণ উক্তি তুলে ধরে সকল ধর্মচর্চার উদ্দেশ্য যে এক ও অভিন্ন তা একটি ব্যতিক্রমধর্মী ভিডিও ডকুমেন্টারির মাধ্যমে প্রদর্শন করেন GCSC পরীক্ষার্থী, তরুণ মেধাবী সঙ্গীত শিল্পী ও উপস্থাপক কৃষ্ণশীল। ভিডিওটির মাধ্যমে অসাম্প্রদায়িক চেতনা, ইতিহাস, ঐতিহ্য ও সাংস্কৃতিক বিকাশে পুরোধা ব্যক্তিদের কাজ নতুন প্রজন্ম সহ সবার সামনে উপস্থাপন করা হয়।
To all of the elderly ones and all my respected so I can call all of you my Gurujis, because me as a young person, I can take inspiration from all of you to remain in this culture, to be steadfast in this tradition. And especially being part of a community of BHA, I feel very proud that I'm here amongst every single one of you, and I'm attempting to do a little service by reciting one shlok. So, in our Hindu scriptures, in the Vedas, there is a very beautiful verse, a very beautiful shlok. It goes as follows. Asato ma sadagamaya, tamaso ma yotirgamaya, mrityor ma amritam gamaya, om shantihi, shantihi, shantihi.
সংগঠনের সাংস্কৃতিক বিষয়ক সম্পাদক মহামায়া শীল ও কৃষ্ণশীল সাংস্কৃতিক অনুষ্ঠানটি পরিচালনা করেন।
So let us sing, let us dance, to the symphony of life. Goli, 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 eke banachi go, eke banachi go. Goli, 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 eke banachi go, eke banachi go. Hame dur name har gatiya goli ki goli go. Hame dur name har gatiya.
Any energy, not inside my house, not outside my house. Please grant me this. Oh, Brahma.
Tadastu, let it be. But remember, your ego will bring your downfall.
I'm immortal! No one can kill me now!
His devotion steadily every day of his life until one day.
Hari, 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 Hari,
Wonderful, London, and we come here with 3 simple instructions. Bolo Krishna, Vajo Krishna, Goro Krishna Shiksha.
Yes, after traveling for a long while, we've arrived at this holy land of London. And upon the orders of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have come here to distribute the holy name of the Lord. The holy name of the Lord is so powerful because it goes beyond any caste, any creed, any discriminatory idea, and it unites us all together as spiritual beings, which we all are in this material world. Therefore, it is of crucial importance to distribute this holy name of the Lord. My Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we seek your blessings in order to distribute this holy name of the Lord. Let us chant this holy name to purify our lives. Hare Hare
Look at all this fancy stuff they've got on the walls. Look at all this stuff. Look at, hey, guys, all of this just for us. See, they've got these microphones so they can hear our beautiful voice. They want to hear our beautiful Manchester chants. Manchester! Oh. Yeah. You know, Joe Guy, see all these fancy people with their fancy suits and stuff, yeah?
Look at this fancy suit.
All of this, they listen to us. We're the main men here. Yeah. Any of your property, we can take.
We can take any of what you've got.
Any. Hey, you want See, I took his phone. He didn't even fight back.
Why is your phone gone?
It's an Android though. We don't want Android.
Oh, we got Android in 2024.
2024.
Burn it. Throw it in the Thames.
Oh, hey. Hey, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Looking at us.
Looking at us.
Looking at us.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
Because we look good.
We look good, don't we?
Yeah, you like us.
Do we look good?
Yeah.
Don't we? Yeah.
Joe Guy.
Hey!
I spent 5,000 on this.
5,000. Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for Joe Guy. I said clap for Joe Guy.
অনুষ্ঠানের হোস্ট বীরেন্দ্র শর্মা এমপি বলেন, হিন্দু ধর্ম সেবা, শান্তি ও সম্প্রীতিতে বিশ্বাসী। তিনি আরও বলেন, বর্তমানে গ্রেট ব্রিটেনে 3 মিলিয়নেরও বেশি সনাতন ধর্মের অনুসারী রয়েছেন, যারা সকলেই বাংলাদেশ, পাকিস্তান ও ভারত থেকে আগত। তিনি তরুণ তরুণীদের সাহস এবং গর্বের সাথে নিজের পরিচয়কে বহন করে মাথা উঁচু করে চলবার আহ্বান জানান। তিনি আরও বলেন, এই দেশ আমাদের সকলের, সকল ধর্মের সমান অধিকার। ব্রিটিশ সমাজ সম্প্রীতিতে বিশ্বাসী। আমাদের সকলকে সাম্প্রদায়িকতার ঊর্ধ্বে থাকতে হবে।
Thames comes in. I was given the honor to welcome you. I feel proud. One, I never hesitate to say, being a Hindu, I feel proud. Holi and Guru Purnima, most auspicious events in the Hindu calendar. In our society, we celebrate it together. There might be other events which people separately celebrate, but these are the events, the festivals we celebrate as a community, not as Hindu alone, as a community. Everybody is welcome. When we were in the small villages before I came to Britain, in the village everybody participated, and that's what was culture. That's what. I'm glad that we started with Ashoka, but doesn't he look like Lord Krishna? So we are having the blessings and the beginning today. I'm not here to make a long speech. As you know that politicians, whether they make a sense or not, they can carry on speaking for hours. But I feel proud to see so many of you here today. I never knew. I did say to, when Prashantji asked me, we are planning to do it, I said, bring the people. If there's only 10 people, I won't come. And I've been to Bangladesh. I've been to Bangladesh 4 times. But I always, whenever I went, this time the local community and my friends from Southall organized differently when they found out. I accidentally said to one of Bangladeshi Hindu in my community that I'm going to Bangladesh. So he sent the message to his friends over there. I visited the temple. I was greatly honored. My colleagues with me, they were also same way, was honored, and they feel proud as well. One thing I must share that I never knew, there's so many Bangladeshi Hindus living in Britain. This is the small sign of it. If you can fill this room where we hold the Labour Party and other conservative parties, our group meetings, that's the room where we hold it. So you are not in a small and unimportant room, and you filled it up. I'm interested, I'm fully supporting, and as a Hindu, I think that we need to come united, particularly in Britain. We need to be united. I don't want to go into the details, but those people who I know have gone through the media coverage and other issues, you know it. There is a need of the day. The Hindus from anywhere from the countries, Nepal, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, the Hindus need to come together. Be active. I'm from Punjab in India. I came here 55 years ago. My first job in this country, I don't want to go into details, was a bus conductor. I wanted that youngsters to understand. If somebody coming from India, starting as a very humble job as a bus conductor, which you don't know, seniors may know it. Now I'm a member of parliament. I want to leave a legacy where these young children are the future leaders of the society and they become active and participate. I don't say forget where we come from. We don't forget our roots. But this is the place where our future generations are going to grow. Then we need to make sure that we participate in all walks of life. Everybody cannot be MP, but everybody cannot be accountant and doctor or any other professions. So we need to equally decide what is our role. And Hinduism teaches clearly that the first and most important is not me. The most important word used, hum, us, we. We need to start talking about we rather than I. If we achieve together, then the society will be peaceful and prosperous. If we individually believe, individually succeed, have lot of wealth, lot of prestige, but that's for individuals, not for the society. You don't want to see your next door neighbor hungry when you got the surplus and you throw in the bin. Lot of people throw food in the bin without realizing there's millions of people in the world can survive with that word, food. So I hope that we as a community come together, play our part, and give the society the maximum we can give so that we can have a prosperous society where we feel proud living together. You don't want to see a society which is divided, unfair, and you feel it. Today it could be unfair to somebody, tomorrow you could be the target. So we need to be careful. So I think that we follow the values our forefathers has given to us. Bhagavad Gita is the prime book throughout the world which people read and understand and learn from them. If we believe that, then we should convey that message of truth and peace to the rest of the world. I'm glad to see so many of you. I don't know whether anybody from Southall or not, but if you are coming to Southall, please let me know. We got two very beautiful Hindu temples there. I know that there's a move to have a Bangladeshi Hindu community having their own temple, but I'm sure that every temple is worth using. Do come. Anybody wanted to visit the place here? Do you want to hold any other events? I will be more than happy to support. And on myself, my family, my staff team, I bring you the greetings and welcome you all to the House of Commons, and looking forward to working with you so that we can all spread the message of our traditional values to the rest of the society, so that we can have a very peaceful, prosperous society where we would feel proud to live. God bless you all.
স্যার স্টিফেন টেমস এমপি বলেন, ভালোবাসা ও শান্তির উৎসব হোলি আয়োজনে অংশ নিতে পেরে নিজেকে গৌরবান্বিত মনে করছি। তিনি তার পক্ষ থেকে সব ধরনের সহযোগিতার আশ্বাস প্রদান করেন।
Let me also echo what the High Commissioner said about the very informative address that we all enjoyed listening to earlier on. Well done for that very eloquent and thoughtful and informative address about Bengali Hindu traditions, culture, and about the background to this event. And I thought you made a very good case for Bengali Hindus to be very confident about the future, going forward, contributing to our community on the basis of the culture and traditions of this community. And I look forward to seeing many more people being confident and being able to do that in the future. Of course, you didn't mention that at the moment we do have a Hindu Prime Minister. So that's, that may not be for much longer, but we do at the moment. So that's a point which I think is just worth referring to. But I'm delighted we've had this opportunity. Let me extend my good wishes to everybody for a very happy Holi. I've been very pleased to cooperate with Virendra Sharma on sponsoring this event this afternoon, and let me make it publicly very clear that I should be delighted to sponsor this event in future years as well. But it's a wonderful occasion. Great to see Committee Room 14 packed in the way it is. Thank you for that message of Holi, the message of good triumphing over evil. It's a wonderful message for all of us to take away with us this afternoon. Thank you all very much indeed.
প্রধান অতিথির বক্তব্যে মান্যবর হাই কমিশনার সাইদা মুনা তাসনিম বলেন, হাউস অব কমন্সের নতুন প্রজন্মের বাংলাদেশের ঐতিহ্য, সংস্কৃতি চর্চা এবং ইতিহাস নির্ভর উচ্চমানের উপস্থাপনায় এটি সত্যি একটি ব্যতিক্রমী অনুষ্ঠান। মুক্তিযুদ্ধের উদ্দেশ্য তুলে ধরে তিনি আরও বলেন, মুক্তিযুদ্ধ পরবর্তীতে স্বাধীন বাংলাদেশের প্রথম সংবিধানে 4 স্তম্ভ, বাংলা জাতীয়তাবাদ, ধর্মনিরপেক্ষতা, গণতন্ত্র ও সমাজতন্ত্রের মূল মন্ত্রকে প্রতিষ্ঠিত করার অঙ্গীকার নিয়ে জাতির জনক বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান একটি অসাম্প্রদায়িক বাংলাদেশের স্বপ্ন দেখতেন। তার প্রতিষ্ঠিত বাংলাদেশ তারই যোগ্য কন্যা মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনার হাত ধরে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে। তিনি আরও বলেন, বর্তমান সরকার বাংলাদেশে স্বাধীনতার 4টি মূল মন্ত্র বজায় রেখে সব ধর্মের সম অধিকার প্রতিষ্ঠার কার্যক্রম অব্যাহত রেখেছে। তিনি আরও বলেন, বঙ্গবন্ধু স্বাধীন বাংলাদেশে শ্রমিক, কৃষক, জনগণের পক্ষে একটি প্লেটারিয়ান বাংলাদেশের স্বপ্ন দেখেছিলেন।
ফার্স্ট অফ অল গুড আফটারনুন এভরিওয়ান, এবং হোলি এই মানে খুবই শুভ লগ্নে আমাদের বাংলাদেশ হিন্দু অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের সকলকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা আমার নিজের পক্ষ থেকে এবং আমার হাই কমিশনের সকলের পক্ষ থেকে আপনাদেরকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা এবং ভালোবাসা। Stephen, thank you so much for organizing this, and I'd like to thank you also Virendra. He's not here right now, but I understand I just missed him for a few minutes. But I just want to thank, first of all, the Hindu Association UK, Bangladesh Hindu Association UK invited me. I'd like to thank the president, Prashant Purukasta Dada, and also Sujit Jyoti Dada, as well as everyone involved with the association, but also the 2 parliamentarians in the UK Parliament for organizing this, for giving the Bangladesh Hindu Association this opportunity, this space to showcase that there are Hindus in Bangladesh and their ancestors are from Bangladesh or they have migrated from Bangladesh, and also the young generation who just made the presentation. Congratulations to you, Selina Shelly. What a lovely presentation you made. I feel like giving you a garland, but I don't have one. But he deserves one. I think what he spoke was the essence of being a Bengali. What he was saying, the way he was You know, he quoted Quran, he quoted Bible, he quoted Buddhism, and everywhere is the message of peace. And therefore, on the occasion of Holi, I would like to congratulate everyone and reiterate the message of Holi, which is a message of love, peace, harmony, triumph of good over evil. And in this world when it is rife with so many conflicts, there's so much, what can I say, intolerance. There's so much intolerance, there's so much hatred, xenophobia. And in that world, when we stand here today on the Holi Day, we are so proud of our Bangladeshi Hindus. We are so proud of the Bangladesh Hindu Association UK and the parliamentarians that promote them, that we are celebrating just the opposite. We are celebrating the spirit of love, peace, harmony, and most importantly, colors that represent happiness. So, in Bangladesh, we look at Holi as the ultimate love and milan, I don't know what is union, of Radha and Krishna, the two deities. And in Bangladesh, Lord Krishna is held in very high esteem. I just want to go back what Dada has said, the president of Bangladesh Hindu Association UK, is that in 1971, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation of Bangladesh, Bangabandhu, had from 1947 to 1971, for 23 years, when we were merged with Pakistan, it was an Islamic republic. And it is always, Bengal has been a region, it has been a secular society. It has been a proletarian society, an egalitarian society. And in that society, in that equalism, when we were put together under an Islamic republic, that we were suffocating under that Islamic republic. And because we had at that time more than 20% Hindus, and then Buddhists and Christians and Muslims, but Islam came to Bangladesh through Sufism. So we practice a moderate streak of Islam which came through Sufism. And therefore Bengal has always been a place of secular and inclusive societies. And Hindus and Muslims and Christian and Buddhists lived side by side. And we were actually Buddhists for the longest period of time. Bangladesh Bengal was a Buddhist place for, I think, a civilization for 1500 years. And after that, Hinduism came into Bangladesh, Islam came into Bangladesh. But at the end of the day, in 1947, we realized that we cannot, and in 23 years of political struggle, where discrimination against Bengalis and Hindus, we realized, and our father of the nation realized, that we cannot survive under an Islamic republic, even though we're a Muslim majority country. And in 1971, the country that we fought for, that all Bengali Hindus, Muslims, Christians, everybody fought for an independent Bangladesh. And that Bangladesh was defined by the constitution that Sheikh Mujibur Rahman had drafted in 1972. And it says very clearly that the state of Bangladesh would be based on, or would be created on the basis of 4 fundamental principles of state policy. Number 1 is democracy, number 2 is secularism, number 3 is Bengali nationalism at that time, and number 4 is socialism. And what does Bengali nationalism mean? It means asserting your identity as a Bengali. And in the US House of Congress in 2022, there was this resolution that was drafted, that was tabled and adopted by consensus, and that resolution recognizes the genocide and atrocities that were created, atrocities that were committed against Bengalis and Hindus, it says, in 1971. And by Bengali, we mean by we may be Muslim, we may be Hindus, we may be Christian, but we are Bengali. So we were persecuted in 1971 on Stephen teams on the basis of religion, on the basis of ethnicity. Bengali ethnicity, there was stark discrimination against Bengalis. And today, as we celebrate the Holi, the very auspicious Holi festival, again, I'd like to remind that the state that was created in 1971 has created the constitution. It's a state that every religion, race, gender, and caste and sex have equal rights. They have equal rights. You can enforce your rights in the parliament, in the courts of Bangladesh with petition if your right is violated. I just want to pay a tribute to our father of the nation in that context, as he's the one who had envisioned a secular Bangladesh, envisioned a Shunar Bangla, where every religion and people and caste can live together, side by side, in perfect harmony. And I would like to congratulate our Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina. She is a visionary Prime Minister of Bangladesh, who has been re-elected for the 4th time. But we know that what she created over the past decade and a half is again a reassertion of the 1972 Constitution. In 2011, when Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated, the Bangladesh Constitution, secular constitution, was murdered. The Constitution, we had the Islamization of the Constitution in 1975, after 1976 through the amendments. And then in 15th Amendment in 2011, Sheikh Hasina did her best to bring back the religious freedom clause of the Constitution. And again, she instituted the Bengali nationalism clause as well. These are the two identities that Bengalis have asserted over centuries. And I would like to thank her for that. And also, every year when the Durga Puja is the largest festival of the Hindus, and during Durga Puja, last year we had 33,000 mandaps in Bangladesh for Durga Puja. There are always, bigots and extremist elements that will try to do some sabotage, but that doesn't deter Bangladesh from celebrating Durga Puja and due festivity. We actually celebrate Durga Puja as equally, if not equally, even more festively than West Bengal, I would claim. So I'd like to give a clap, to Sheikh Hasina. And every year, Prime Minister from her own funds, this year she allocated nearly 40 million Bangladeshi taka for the Durga Pujas. Each year she gives this fund from her own fund. She does the same for Buddhists, she does the same for Christian. And in Bangladesh, each religion has 2 or 3 major festivals where it's public holiday. We're the only country with public holidays for all 4 religions. Obviously, we don't have Jewish people in Bangladesh, but we had one, we would have had one for them as well. I know that the birthday of Lord Krishna, Janmashtami, is the largest festival in Bangladesh apart from Durga Puja. So when Lord Krishna's procession comes out with a big snake and he's sitting on top of the snake, it's a public holiday for everyone. It's a public holiday for Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, and we all celebrate that public holiday. We love the Radha Krishna story. So I'd like to pay my tributes to Lord Krishna as well, and Sweet Chaitanya, the Mahadev. Who obviously was an incarnation of Lord Krishna, and we are very proud that his forefathers were from Dhaka, from Sylhet. And this so coincides nicely, Stephen, with all the Sylhetis in your constituency and in the United Kingdom. I just want to also reiterate that we have in Bangladesh a religious ministry devoted to seeing the welfare of all communities. We also have the Bangladesh Hindu, Buddha, Christian Trust. It is for the religious ethnicities and minorities or different religious communities in our country. And every year also funds are provided to them, under which Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has renovated. There are 42,000 temples, major temples, that are active temples in Bangladesh, and 2,300 temples Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been renovating over the last 3 years. So it's in the program of the Religious Affairs Ministry. Last year, there was the 2022, there's the Religious Freedom Conference in the UK, and a religious minister came, and we made a pledge that we will renovate all the Hindu temples and the Buddhist temples. We already have, but in particular 2,300 Hindu temples, which are major temples that are being renovated by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. At the same time, the Pandits and the Purohits, they never were given an allowance. It's a profession for them. But Prime Minister has introduced a special allowance for the Purohits to encourage them to do their profession, so that they don't have to do any trivial works. But they are special people. They're like the imams of mosques. So this special allowance is helping Purohit families. So I would just like to again reiterate that Bangladesh is a secular country, and we are extremely proud of our Hindu community from Bangladesh in the United Kingdom. They have achieved so much over the past years in the UK, and I know that Prashantada works for the Home Office, and I know, HMRC, even more tough. HMRC, okay, your taxes. So yes, he works for the HMRC, and there are many colleagues here that are here today. But I know that we have friends in the parliament that are from the Bangladeshi Hindu community, and I enjoy celebrating every Durga Puja with our Hindu brothers and sisters. 6 a day, Durga Puja. So I've really tried to cover all 10 invitations that have come to me. And Stephen, there's so many Durga Puja festivals in your area. Please do attend one, let's attend together, hopefully this year. Well, you know, I've been here, this is my 6th year, I did last year in the UK. So I just want to, again, express my gratitude to the Bangladeshi Hindu community here, and thanks Prashantana for organizing this. I did tell him, please let the world know that you guys exist. So please let
সংগঠনের প্রেসিডেন্ট প্রশান্ত দত্ত পুরকায়স্থ বিইএম উপস্থিত সুধী ও আগত অতিথিদের স্বাগত জানিয়ে বলেন 2001 সালে বাংলাদেশ হাই কমিশনে পরিচয় পর্বের সূত্র ধরে বাংলাদেশ হিন্দু অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ইউকে আজ 23 বছর পর হাউস অব কমন্সে বাংলাদেশের হাই কমিশনার ও ব্রিটিশ এমপিদের কাছ থেকে যথাযথ স্বীকৃতি পেল। তিনি বলেন, আমাদের শেকড়ের সাথে নবপ্রজন্মের যোগসূত্র স্থাপনে নিরলসভাবে কাজ করছে বাংলাদেশ হিন্দু অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ইউকে। তিনি আগত সকলকে সংগঠনের পক্ষ থেকে ধন্যবাদ জানান। ব্রিটেনের বিভিন্ন শহর থেকে জাতি, ধর্ম, বর্ণ নির্বিশেষে বিপুল সংখ্যক ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশি এই হোলি উৎসবে অংশ নেন। সভাপতি প্রশান্ত দত্ত পুরকায়স্থের আহ্বানে উপস্থিত এমপি স্যার স্টিফেন টেমস ও বীরেন্দ্র শর্মা দুজনেই প্রতি বছর হোলি উৎসব সহ অন্যান্য চ্যারিটি কাজে সহযোগিতার আশ্বাস প্রদান করেন। সবশেষে ব্রিটেনে বেড়ে ওঠা প্রজন্মের শিল্পীদের অংশগ্রহণের নাটক ও মনোজ্ঞ সাংস্কৃতিক অনুষ্ঠান অনুষ্ঠিত হয়।
And I would like to thank him so much and express my gratitude on behalf of our community that he has been such a great person, politician, that he has been supporting the human being for humanitarian needs. It's a great news. You will be happy to hear that he has visited Bangladesh a few weeks ago. He has been to Dhakeshwari Mandir temple, and I have shared the news in here in the British media too. So he is so connected with us, and it is the example that he is with us here today. He is giving his valuable time, and I am grateful to you, all of you, who have responded, made time during the weekdays, and come over here to make these things happen. I would like to express my gratitude that my colleagues from HMRC also here, and all over the place, whoever has heard about it, Home Office, that they have come over here, many people, and my community, Bangladeshi communities over here, and outside Bangladesh, Gujarati, many other communities, everybody is here, Mr. Sharma. Just because of you, just because of our unity, just because of our inclusiveness is here. And that's all about Holi. Holi is a festival of colors, and what I believe, what I think, the Holi eliminates the difference amongst everybody. Everybody brings together, and that's the essence, that's the day. We are here. It cannot be better than that, better that day. We would like to make the best out of it. What I would like to do, I'm talking before Mr. Sharma, but he's supposed to be talking first, but I could not let him to talk without introducing him and express my gratitude to him. But what I would like to do, do not like to take long time. Everything we would like to say, everything we have put it in word in this magazine, you have got. And I'm the only one, I'm again thankful to the members of our community to make it enjoyable, this program. We have got limited speech, and as you have seen, Selina Shelly has started the program with recitation from Bhagavad Gita, and there will be 3 or 4 other young speakers who will be telling you about the life in the UK, community in the UK, their expectation and our existence. I would again thank you all for making the time. I would like to thank Mr. Sharma for making this opportunity